Leader Schumer.
Yes.
Last week you told us that one of the reasons that there hadn't been meaningful negotiations is because Republicans hadn't put out their proposal. Now that that's out, do you see any path forward to find something in between these two proposals, or is it one or the other?
Their plan is a non-starter. They even know it themselves. They're so struggling that they couldn't come up with a real plan, that instead of the total embarrassment of having no plan, they have the total embarrassment of having a plan that's been rejected over and over again, that doesn't lower health care costs, that doesn't extend the ACA 1 day, which is what the American people are asking for, and has all these poison pill riders, such as abortion, which they know are killer amendments.
So is there any path to negotiation?
Next.
I was just going to ask you
Look,
about
negotiations, we're always willing to sit down and negotiate with someone who would lower costs. Their bill was absolutely not lower costs. It would raise costs for the American people. Yes,
I was just going to ask you about the Hyde language and stricter abortion limitations that Republicans are demanding as a price for any kind of ACA funding extension. Is it off the table for you? Does that mean there will be no extension?
Yes, off the table. They know it damn well, but because they can't come up with any real solution, and they're so, afraid of the Susan B. Anthony League, they put this non-starter language in. It shows they don't care about reducing health care costs. They care more about taking abortion away from the women of America than they care about reducing health care costs. Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Mr. Ronald Wyden, D. Oregon, would like to say a few words.
I just want to make mention of how they've handled this. They said their #1 priority at the outset of these negotiations was fighting fraud. We went out and put together legislation, black letter text, that said that there would be criminal penalties for fraudsters, but they totally ignored it. So they have never been serious. And if you're serious about health care, you've got to want to have criminal penalties for fighting fraud, and they ignored it.
Mr. Leader.
Okay.
Mr. Leader.
Last question.
You called the Republican plan a non-starter. They said the same thing about your plan. Doesn't that mean that these tax credits are almost certain to expire at the end of the year?
Yeah, and the burden is on 13 Republicans to vote with us. Ours is the only plan. Their plan would allow the tax credits to expire, in your own words. Our plan would stop them from expiring. That's why it's supported overwhelmingly by the American people. Just remember, 55% of Trump voters, according to the data, support our plan. Thank you.